fine. Okay, let's see what your person feels about the situation between you at the moment. Okay, good, bad, indifferent. Let's feel the tears, they say. Let's just have a look. There we go, regret and loneliness. So they are missing you. A lot of regret, they're very lonely. They've realised, bottom of the deck, what you don't realise is they have realised how loyal you are. Okay, you're extremely loyal. They're extremely sad. Top of the deck. Oh gosh, they are in a bit of a pit of despair. Guilt. Okay, they feel guilty, they feel regretful, they feel sad, they feel lonely, and they really wish they hadn't let you down. Okay, and this is specifically somebody who messed around a bit. The player cards out. Okay, so you know, it's very specific today, no messing around with these cards. It's somebody who got into another relationship or possibly had an affair, but there was some element of that going on here, okay? But they regret it big time, all right? They were keeping secrets from you, okay? I feel, you know, reading this, that they were keeping some sort of secrets from you, okay? But I think one of the biggest secrets they're keeping from you at the moment is how much they regret what they did. They really do regret it. They're very lonely. So even if they're in another relationship, they're still feeling extremely lonely without you. You know, so let's have a look. Let's give these a shuffle and see what else wants to come out. Just while I'm shuffling though, thanks so much for watching, all your kindness, all your support. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like a reading, just click on the title of this video, okay? That will take you through to the description box, and the links to the website are in there. Everything's on the website, and check out the free relationship report as well. Okay, come on then. Let's have a look at this. Well, yeah, a bit of a player, I have to say. What's going on? Oh dear, they're in Ten of Wands energy. Okay, they're feeling at the end of their rope, really, the end of the line. End of the rope is kind of a UK saying. Probably not, I don't know if you ever say that in the States, but it just means you've got to the end. You know, wherever they are, they're overburdened, overloaded, very stressed, very tired, unknown, bottom of the deck, Four of Swords. This person's exhausted with something. I think they're mentally and energetically exhausted, okay? They are not talking about this. I don't feel there's any contact between you at all. Okay, so definitely a no contact with the Four of Swords. But for me, this card often means that that's not the end. There will at some point be some form of contact. They regret taking you for granted, okay, because I think you took a lot of burdens off this person. You struggled on. You struggled on as well. It's karma, okay? You struggled on. You know, you took on a lot of the stresses and strains. You were very helpful. And a lot of it started to weigh you down, and you felt took for granted. Now, the roles are reversed here. Okay, the roles have reversed here, and they feel saddled now with responsibilities they don't want. Okay, I think they thought it was going to be fun, whatever they did, whatever they were doing. But whoever they, you know, played around with the player card, it's not the one. Okay, it's not the one. It's almost like it was, what I'm hearing, it's very, very to the point, this reading, it was like the thrill of the chase. Okay. People do things for many different reasons in life, and I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just reading, you know, what I'm hearing. It was the thrill of the chase. Yeah, life was... I feel this happened to you when life was a little bit difficult, maybe within your relationship. You got a lot of other pressures, okay? But unfortunately, you struggled on and you carried the burdens, and you just could see a finishing line, even though it was tough, even though you were really struggling. You could see that finishing line, but your person didn't. Okay, they didn't. So they're burdened now. Like I say, very tired. They're trying to work out what to do in the future. Okay. definitely a player, King of Wands. So you could be connected into, it's a court card, this person. This person's a fire sign, or a lot of fire energy in the chart. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But, you know, because we've got the player card, so the King of Wands is typically, when they're in the negative energy, the one that is the flirt, the one that will move the room, as they say, the one that will lie, the one that will just think, you know what, I can get anyone, I don't want to do this, I can have this person, that person, that person. They've got an ego as big as Mars, okay? So it is definitely someone who was a player, somebody who let you down, somebody lied to you. You know, their main focus in the end was themselves, okay? And they sort of left you in the Ten of Wands energy, struggling along, you know, trying to reach the finishing line, taking on all the world's burdens. And I feel they left you at a particularly difficult time, but that's reversed now, okay? This King of Wands is now looking back at the past, and there is more self-reflection going on with this person, okay? But they're looking back at the past, very, very much so. I'm not sure if you will take this person back, but as I always say in all my readings, tarot works because everything already exists, it's already created. So it's that energy that, you know, I'm tapping into the energy, you know, when I can hear it, okay? So there's all different versions, but in the energy I'm tapping into as of sat here, I feel your energy is one of, you know what, I'm really not going down that path again. And the reason is because whoever this reading is for is thinking that predominantly, and your thoughts create your reality, okay? Now that, hopefully that might make sense. I'm not always very good at explaining that concept, but yeah, we have got a fire sign. I feel it's more male, okay? I feel this reading is probably for more female energy, or however you identify, but someone who's mainly in their female energy, okay? They are impulsive, but they've made a big, big mistake here. They took your loyalty for granted. They dumped so many responsibilities on you, okay? You were overloaded, overburdened, overstretched. You know, if you think about the Wands, you go right back to the Ace when you meet, okay? Ace of Wands, it's passionate, it's fun, everyone's taking action, there's loads of energy. But by the time you get to the 10 in the Wands, you're like this, and that's how they left you, okay? But now it's flipped. It's absolutely flipped. Let's see what they'd like to say to you, and then let us see if they're coming back in. What would they say, please? Oh, right, this is interesting. When I read this one out to you, I can almost hear you, okay? I can hear you when I read this out to you. Right, what they would like to say is they're giving themselves a lot of self-love because they're still trying to heal. Okay, they're still in their ego. All right, that is typical King of Wands. Typical King of Wands. You know, it is focusing on self-promotion. So they feel that they're still trying to heal. Okay, yes, right. Don't shoot the messenger. Reflection, they're doing some reflection. But at the moment, they have got themselves into another situation. Okay, now this is interesting because their energy also came out of as the Ten of Wands, as I said earlier. I felt they were carrying a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities, you know, burnt out, uphill struggle, they're tired. Okay, so there is in this energy, I don't even know if you want this person back, to be honest. Responsibilities, I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. Okay, so they've taken on another situation. that needs to be paid for, basically. You know, bit blunt, but it's the truth. They've got something else that they need to pay for, you know. But they they regret it because they're lonely, so, you know, it's just not working out. But I feel really massively today that this was the thrill of the chase. You know, typical King of Wands in a negative energy. You know, they're like it. They're like an actor. They can move the room. They like to have a lot of admirers. They've got a lot of, I can't use the word, but I'll use it. You'll know what I mean. A lot of passionate energy, and they're the court card for me. When in the negative, that is the one that is usually chasing other situations, okay, but not for long term. You know, it can just be for that impulsive. They've got very impulsive, because the ones are passion, you know, and passion means the other word, okay. So, but I feel they've got themselves in a bit of a pickle because they've taken on these responsibilities. You know, to be honest, they've got themselves trapped in some shape or form. Okay, that is their karma. That's their karma, because they can't just walk away from it. And like I say, it's very detailed, very blunt, and I will put that on the title because this isn't for everyone. But this is, if you've been with somebody, you know, who's just had one affair after another, then they've run out of road because they've got themselves stuck. They can't just go and jump. Or I'm just hearing they could be getting older. You know, they could be getting older. They're running out of energy. All right, they're running out of energy. So let me just get you. I just want to use this little deck for you today. I haven't used this in ages. I don't know why. I've just been cut. It's a crystal deck. I've just got to see what messages I've got for you. Right, passion and purpose. You've got a newfound enthusiasm which is giving you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. Okay? Right. You're almost being told that whatever this relationship was, you've broken free from it. You've broken free from it. It's helped you grow. And I know when people say that and you've gone through this, you're like, I don't want to grow. I don't want this. Why have I been treated like this? I get that, honestly. I really, really get that. But sometimes as time, you know, what we perceive as time's not real, moves on, you sort of think, you know what, I did actually, that did shape a different feeling in me or a different direction for my life, okay? At the time, it's absolutely bloody awful. It really is awful. And, you know, platitudes of, oh, well, it's happened for a reason, and all of the rest of the ones, no, you're entitled to feel your pain. You're entitled to be cross. You really are, okay? Totally entitled. You'll move at your own pace. But the message today for whoever this is for is they are stuck, okay? They are stuck. And they've got their karma. They've got their karma. You're being asked personally, just try and reduce your stress a bit. Bottom of the deck, I've got worries. Release the burden of worries, okay? De-stress your mind, body and schedule. You need some rest as well. So if you've been overdoing it, pull back. You know, sometimes we're just conditioned, aren't we, to keep going, but I always think, you know, we're human beings. We're not human doings, okay? It's okay to do nothing. It's okay to just literally say, you know what, I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. I know some things you have to do, especially if you're taking care of other people or, you know, your work and stuff like that. But the downtime, if you have some time to yourself and you just don't want to do anything, don't do it. Or you know, somebody asks you to do something in your sort of like bit of free time and you don't want to do it, you'd rather just go and sit with your feet in a stream, just do it. Just do it, you know. I think it's sometimes, only speaking from experience, when we get older, you know, you look back and you think, why did I keep saying yes? Why did I keep saying yes? No, because people will just take until you literally fall flat on the floor, and they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? That's what I'm hearing to say to someone today. Oh, what's wrong with you? Oh, do you mean you can't do this? Oh, well, never mind, I'm sure someone else will do it. No, you've got a message here for someone today. You need a bit of rest, you need some rest, you need to recharge, okay? If you've got loads of worries, sometimes you can just do it for 30 minutes. Just say to yourself, you know what, I'm not worrying about that for 30 minutes. And just be delulu. Being delulu actually works because it's not delulu. If you literally, and the longer you can keep this up, just completely think a better thing, even if there's an absolute shit show going on, right? Eventually you will really change that. But even just to break it, you know, breath work. I'm hearing someone needs to do breath work, and just say, you know, no worries for 30 minutes. That's it. And then if you can, think, you know what, I'll do another 15 minutes. Okay, but definitely a very strong message for someone today. Let's see what this King of Wands is doing. Oh God, it's everywhere. That's another player card. That is an ex who wants to come back, who's a player, all right? Who, you know, is going to take action. Anything else on this person, please? Yeah, I feel they're going to come back in, right? Absolutely, they're going to come back in. And yeah, it's going to be very quickly. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles. So they're coming back in a slightly different energy, all right? They're going to come back in the family man energy. They're going to come back in and offer you stability, security. But they do like to keep up with the Joneses, as we say in the UK. They're very image conscious. But it's going to be very quick with the Ace of Swords. But you are going to be the winner. You're the winner here. You are the winner, because they will come back in, okay? I just think that you've had enough. No, they don't want to let go of you, okay? They don't want to let go of you at all. They don't want to let go of you at all. I will say one thing, really just hearing it when I saw that card there, Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles and all of these. Don't go splashing your cash if they want money or somebody. Just keep it. Keep it. You know, keep it, spend it on yourself, okay? Don't, you know, be that card, be that Four of Pentacles, take control of it, keep it safe. You know, you can see that. It's like, no, I've got it, okay? But I do feel they're going to come back in, all right? It's going to be very sudden, very abrupt, okay? But you will be the victor here. You will be the victor. I don't see you wanting anything to do with it at the moment, Four of Swords. I think you're done. And, you know, who this is for today, I'm reading on someone who's tired. And that represents you're tired, you need a rest. You're ready to fight if you need to. But you just don't want the drama. It's like you just want peace now, okay? You know, you're still carrying the scars, the memories of this debacle, okay? So I see you also, you know, the two fours together, protect your physical energy and protect your mental energy, okay? Some battles are worth fighting, some aren't. They're coming back in, you know, they're going to speak some truth, but I feel with all these other cards that at the moment, I think because of your energy levels as well, you're just done. You're just like, no, I don't want this. Just leave me alone in a room, do not disturb me, and I'm going to do something different with my life, okay? So thanks for watching, take care, remember who you are, okay? And get some rest, all right? Whoever this is for, get some rest and just say no. It doesn't matter. Let them be disappointed, okay? Just say no, okay? Love you all. Take care. Bye.